Oh shit!
Hello everyone and welcome to another Loco is Lekker episode. As you can see, it is the election season almost, and as you can see, I'm wearing my political party affiliate. No.
Yeah, right. You can't say because there is a rule here. We work according to the rules.
Never wear that. Anyway, now we're going to talk about another cool little thing that I thought about that maybe invoked a lot of you to think back to your childhood, because I thought this episode was pretty fun to think about and then to write a script about it and everything like that. But I'm talking about the TV dilemma. I know that doesn't mean a crisis where there were no televisions in South Africa or anything like that, but there was something specific, and I think a lot of kids all over the world have had this problem, but I think because I wanted to put a South African spin on it, so I thought I'd talk about it. So the TV dilemma is specifically about, and unfortunately kids of these days wouldn't really understand it, but back then, before you could stream all your stuff like Netflix and stuff like that, or even your DSTV at this point, and before there were multiple TVs in your house, you usually only had one family television. Or if you're a PC gamer, you had one family computer, which you had to share privileges of. Now, for the nature of this video, I'm going to talk about the TV. So you had one family TV, and this was obviously shared between all the family members under the roof of your house. So that meant, obviously your gaming time was limited as a kid, especially with, obviously, other things. So let's just say, take an example. We are in a week, and you just got back from school, and you were about to switch your console. Now, I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to say, if you were fortunate enough to be allowed to play during the school week, good on you, because that was not the case for me in my household. But maybe you were different. Maybe you had the opportunity to play a little bit of games in the school week if you were permitted. Maybe even have a friend over, which I found impossible. But first off, you had to do your homework. I mean, you obviously had some homework from school. You had to get ready and stuff. You had to go bath if you were someone who bathed at night. You had to help around if there were anything to help around, like go shopping, or if your mom was something like that to help with the groceries. You had to eat your supper and stuff. And you were getting ready to game, oh yes, I'm going to game now. It's going to be a little bit of lovely thing. I just got off my school and it's going to be relaxing. And then you hear these next theme songs.
En alles lyk van ver af heel gesond. So seker soos die wind sal waai. Vier saam in Boer soeke vrou vanaf donderdag 19 Januarie om 8.
And that kind of meant that your TV time was not right now, because someone was going to move over and say, oh yeah, my show's on. Yeah, my show's on. I'm going to watch that. And yeah, you either were forced to sit and watch with, but you probably never followed any of those telenovela-like dramas, or you had to go do something else. Go to your room, whatever, go do something else. And this was before cell phones and stuff like that, so I mean, well, maybe in you didn't have a cell phone at the time, but yeah, this wasn't just so you can keep yourself busy or whatever. You kind of just left there. But yeah, so that made the week was out of question. And sure, now the weekend rolls around and you're thinking, oh yeah, it's weekend time. We're finally away from the school week. Maybe I even can invite my friend or my cousins over or whoever, and we can have a lovely time. And you're there on the Friday and you're getting ready. But oh no, you forgot it's rugby season. Ain't no one giving you time on that TV when it's rugby season. And I'm talking Currie Cup, Super Rugby, Tri-Nations, international stuff, Tri-Nations, Six Nations if your father or someone was inclined to watch that. And, any sort of rugby that was on, they would watch it, and it would go over on the Friday and even on Saturdays if it was a tournament like that. So you were not getting your chance there. Maybe afterwards you obviously got a little bit of time to play, depending on how long the rugby was. But yeah, you and your friend had to keep busy at first. And you think you can get away with it if your father dozes off during the game. Maybe you have a father like mine who sometimes had to dozed off while he was watching TV, because that's a common thing for adults. But then you forgot about the global phenomenon. Hey, I was watching that. That's right. Yeah. No, you weren't getting away easy with that. And finally, you'd think, oh, Sunday, maybe I can have something now. There shouldn't be anything on. The rugby's finished. There are no soapies. All the soapies are finished with the weekly episodic stuff. There's going to be a little bit of a respite. But obviously, no, Sundays are church days. You'd go and attend church in the mornings, and and afterwards you'd probably go and visit some family, or you'd have the family over for a braai for the whole afternoon. And then I don't think you can sit there. Maybe you were allowed to play a little bit with the cousins and stuff that come over, while the adults were chatting while the braai was going. But like, if you were with my family, you were told to stay outside and play. Like, don't get me wrong, it's the right thing to do, but like, we were playing outside, we were swimming and all that stuff, and then we would get ready for when the food is ready. You'd have your food and stuff, and then they'd have dessert, usually ice cream, whatever, something like that. And then, yeah, everyone would go home. You'd tearfully say goodbye, cousins. But then you'd think, oh, finally, maybe your parents are like taking an afternoon nap. Maybe you did get a chance to play then, like if you get the volume low. My parents were also particular about like, you need to play on low volume, because if they heard you, they were not very pleased with you interrupting their nap. But you'd think, oh yes, I have the whole night now to kind of just kick back, relax. The last few things to like just have a little bit of a weekend still before school starts and we go all over again. But one final trick up DSTV's sleeve, because they had this package. Now, for me and probably for a lot of people, we usually had 5 channels, unless you were subscribed to DSTV early on. We subscribed to DSTV later on, but usually you had the 5 base channels. You had SABC 1, SABC 2, SABC 3, ETV, which is an abomination when it comes to movies. That's like a scam of how long those movies are because of the ad breaks. And Mnet. And Mnet was so clever to say, why don't we introduce a Sunday family movie night? Fun for the whole family. Why don't we have it, at a convenient slot, right after supper? So let's make it at 8, so it's not too late, that the whole movie is like too late for the kids to watch, so they'll watch it maybe with the parents, but not early enough that when it finishes you still get time, because by the time the movie finishes, your mom and dad is like, right, off to bed everyone, it's school tomorrow, you can't be up late or like falling asleep or oversleeping and stuff like that. So that was the TV dilemma. We are past that age, obviously. I do look back fondly on it, in a way, like it does make me feel nostalgic and stuff, but it's that weird feeling of, I don't know if you guys have experienced this. This is a weird feeling of like, it makes you feel nostalgic and stuff like that. But do I miss it? Hell no. Hell no. I'm very glad for the setup we have now. And obviously, yeah, I did appreciate the time with my family though. Like, that was fun. Like, I do have fond memories of that. But yeah, I thought I would re-educate maybe all the kids out there about a TV dilemma that they have not experienced, and maybe just reinvigorate old memories for some of you. But yeah, that's another Loco and Zaka episode. I've got a few more fun ones like that lined up, so I hope you are ready for these quick fire ones like this. But yeah, until then, I hope you guys stay lekker, and I'll chat to you on the next one.